Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to our boy, Yahawashi Shai, Hashem Kakadash. All Haalame, Yahawashi Shai, Hashem Kakadash. Destination Hebrews, in our praises to Yahweh, in the Shai, in the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is a great name for the God of the Bible, for the world, ignorant called Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in Hebrew is Yahawashi, for the world, ignorant called Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in Hebrew is Yahweh. His son's true name in Hebrew is Yahawashi. I want to give the honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the brothers and Modi pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, to all that believe in this gospel. Shalom. Brothers are from Camp James, Jamaica, and this lesson is against the topic why should we become a new man? And I'm going to edit it and say in Yahawashi. Right? When the true name of the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh, his name is Yahawashi. So it says, why should we become a new man in Yahawashi? And it was basically stemmed from conversation they had with an individual, and but this lesson in scripture, spirit bring this to mind. It says Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 7. It says, chapter 5. It says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and in all thy getting, get understanding. And that's basically so I shed some light with brothers, in this faith, but no, easy me. But this is really for like newbies or so. Why, would we so like why we're supposed to become a new person, or is supposed to become a new man? How about Shemi Oshai? And it's quite simple. The person that we were, that grew up in the world is not of the Most High. This world is an evil world. It's have the spirits up here. So okay. All right, let's start at one actually. So sorry. First John 5, let's start at 17. It says, all unrighteousness is sin, and there is a sin not unto death. And let's get this real quick. First John 3, verse 4 says, whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is a transgression of the law. So we're going to go back to chapter 5 and verse 17. It says, all unrighteousness is sin. So if it's basically, unrighteousness, go back to that which is not right. That's why the scriptures of the Most High give a law. Like, for example, don't murder, don't thief, don't commit adultery, no idolatry, right? Keep the Sabbath and so forth. So if you go against this, then you basically transgress, right? Because sin is a transgression of the law. It says, and there is a sin not unto death, because there are different penalties. It says, we know that whosoever is born of Yahweh sinneth not, but he that is begotten of Yahweh keepeth himself, and that wicked one toucheth him not. Right, so we basically get, bulletproof vest, so to speak. Right, we're protected, falling Yahweh, shine that protection. Right, so we know that whosoever is born of Yahweh sinneth not. Ultimately, Yahweh shall cover our sin, right? Meaning him pay the piper, as will be a part of the elect, right? But coming to this truth, you refrain from sinning, as the scripture says, should we then make void the law, the law through faith? You forbid we establish the law, and we that are dead to sin, shall we continue in it? No, right? So we no longer continue in these things, Right? But in this world, first thing first, growing up in this world, you know, Christianity just tells us sin is something bad. But they never define it because sin is a transitional law. And growing up in this world teaches you to eat whatever, do whatever that's pleasing to the flesh, which ultimately is rebellion against God. That's why the scripture say what? And we know that we are of Yahweh, and the whole world lie in wickedness. But we are coming from the world. We were in the world, you know. So coming to Yahweh Shem Yahawashi, but for basically put off the ways of the world. Right? Things that we used to do in the world that we for stop. You know, you maybe used to commit adultery, maybe used to commit idolatry. You used to, as men, we used to shave a beard, the outline, and all of that. You have to stop that shit. And indeed, it's a process. You're not saying you find out you're Israelite today, you go do all of that same day. You know, it's a process. You learn even more laws, you know, and understand what they're about. So it's a process. That's why people say, yo, we have to become a new man, right? So the type of person you were previously, you no longer, after basically a season in this field. And now your life is basically being fashioned after the scriptures. This is Psalms 119 and 9. It says, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? Question. By taking heed thereto according to thy word. So we hear the word, understand it, and now you start fashioning life after it. That's what I mean by even walking in the spirit, because the spirit is basically the word. So as she said, thy law is a lamp. Psalms 119 and 105. It says, thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So the word of Yahweh Shai we use to guide us. As the brother Yami always says, spiritual compass. It we use to decipher right from wrong. So it's no longer of our own, or even what the world want to teach. Totally the world. No, we have a life fashioned after the scriptures. Whatever the scripture said, that is law. you know. This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 21. So 21. So, I think even Ephesians state about we once were like the Gentiles, but now we don't really follow that. As the scripture speaks about them speaking evil of us, because we follow not after the same we don't follow. Let's get it real quick. No, I'm trying. Let me come back here. Um, I said First Peter 4 and verse in point 4, start at 1. It says, for as much then as Yahawashi had suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that had suffered in the flesh had ceased from sin. Why can't now we fight the flesh? But the world teaches us to basically give in to the flesh. Come to this truth, it teaches us what? Discipline. So going into camp today. Now we have to put up a resistance against the flesh. So the flesh wants certain things. Wait, is this lawful? No, is it not? So you are that no, that can go on. And you see how things are lawful, but all things are expedient. So even though things might be, there's no law against it, but this now will benefit me. And the scripture speaks about that level of temperance as well. So you can cut it off to the best ability. It says that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men. So at one point we were living, to the lust of the flesh, right? But now we come to this truth that have to be put aside. It says, no we live what? But to the will of Yahweh. and that's becoming a new man. So we have a new purpose, new aim, new goals. It says, for the time past, right? So the time I don't know where we know, of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles when we walked in lasciviousness, all about the flesh, and this go back to sexual perverseness, and that's what basically what's running rampage in the world right now, sexual promiscuity, basically wickedness. I can't pronounce that right there. um, basically woman that switch from dick to dick, man that's a random freak anything, regardless if a woman have a man or not, It says lust, excess of wine, drink and junk, them say in Jamaica drink for junk that mean dance. It says revelings, we party from weekend back to weekend, banquetings, and abominable idolatries, And right now, which Christianity is wickedness, but when we say Christianity is wickedness, we're referring to the plantation Christianity would impose us today, which don't really have nothing to do with the Bible, right? Let's go back to idolatry, telling you to worship a white Christ. And the people even turning from that right now to straight up voodoo, witchcraft or Obeah in Jamaica, right? Or them worship right now them have a new god, vibes Barabbas, cartel. Or them worship Selassie. It says, wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you. So we no longer, fall after this that manner of wickedness, no change. No try to live upon the laws of Yahawashi, or he wants us to live. And that's us becoming a new man, that's us changing, right? Um, so let's go back to Ephesians 4 and start 17. It says, this I say therefore, and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart. Which heart you go up to their mind, just stop and down. It says, who being past feeling of giving themselves over unto lasciviousness. I see this hard right now, people giving in over to lasciviousness. And we can even understand why, because everything right now is sexualized, on a high level. We have to keep our people, which our people go back to the so-called Negroes, Americans, most Latinos, who are the true biblical Israelites according to the scriptures. So people easily go off for the flesh right now. You see a woman right now, you know, if you think about her qualities, she just, like even today, we come from camp and we see one, in a mesh top, and a mesh, I would say a little mini skirt. And doubt if you have dress, and everywhere you pass, you see Jake look upon her, you know. She basically just sell herself, right? It says to work on uncleanness with greediness. But he have not so learned Yahawashi. So the come to Yahawashi will learn something different. The world teach one thing, the world teach wickedness, Yahawashi teach something else. It says, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahawashi, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, when you look up the word conversation here, Astro Sophie,
Romans G 391. Anastraphe.
and it says manner of life, conduct, behavior, deportment. So it's actually dealing with what we used to do as a person, conduct, manner of life. Right? So let's read about now with understanding of what conversation mean that he put off concern the former conduct or behavior. It says the old man. So things that we used to do back then, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. So start from mind. Now we learn better. It's like being a child. You used to play up in a mud and run up and down all sort of madness. Now you grow up and know that, all right, you see me? That's actually being stupid. That can get me sick as well. You know that no more. For the most part. Not for the most part, yeah, some people still childish. But it says, and that he put on the new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true holiness. Wherefore, putting away lying, so now we speak, when it says to speak every man truth with his neighbor. So basically, be honest with our brethren, you know, for we are members one of another. Be ye hungry and sin not, our no sin is a transgression of the law. So though we may get hungry, we can basically break the law. Versus back then, when you get angry, just do whatever, you will, whatever your impulses bring you to. And there was no gauge. He says, or if there was a gauge, it wasn't after the fashion of what the scriptures say. But now you learn Yahawashi, our life is no model after him. Him say, what be like coming upon him in the book. It says, let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil. Let him that stole steal no more. So if it was thief, drop that. But rather let him labor. So brothers have job, only one call bombing genius, brothers work. If brothers struggle, brothers also, or whatever, brothers have business, but brother thief says working with his hands the thing which is good, that he may have to give to him that needeth. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth. And corrupt communication, you go up to doctrine. So I mean, like curse words, so to speak. As all Christians would have you think. And the thing is, to come into Yahawashi, us being a new man, causes us to basically labor, in wisdom, to study, right? Become scholars. And like a regular man in the church, you just dumb and dance and know nothing. Just suck up everything where the pastor tell them. No, these people say what? They have to also burial more noble than they have to Thessalonica. Searching the scriptures daily where those things are so. It's supposed to prove all things. And all fast that which is good. So we have to search it out too. So communication, go back to, that's why we use the Greek, go to the Hebrew, right? To get understanding, communication.
Strong's G 3056. Logos. Logos.
Logos. Self-speech, a word uttered by a living voice, embodies a concept or idea. What someone has said, says sayings of God, decree, mandate, or order. Says of moral precepts given by God. Says of testimony, prophecy given by, you know. So basically, suppose I'm not evil speaking, evil doctrine, no evil, long as I think it's just no evil reasoning, right? Because they're the same thing, you know. Let me drop it here and go back. It says like no corrupt communication, so no corrupt reasoning, like telling a man, say, so you can't eat pork, so you can't have sex on the Sabbath. No, you see me? That will be evil or corrupt communication. It says proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying. So no time speak, you will speak righteousness. You know, you may even their own niggas, for whatever reason, work or and them even talk about a woman, yo, whichever man, you have to stay that. And I got join in with them and say, oh no, man, you can't knock you see him, man, I walk, you best to walk up, you know. But if you speak, you're supposed to speak to what? To the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers, versus when we in our world, we just chat foolish with niggas. It says, and grieve not with the spirit of Yahweh, whereby ye are called, whereby ye are sealed unto the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and hunger and clamor and evil speaking, which go up to evil corrupt communication, be put away from you with all malice, and be kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as Yahweh for Yahweh's sake hath forgiven you. Then that's becoming new, because at one point, the world, when a world that teach one thing or have a different fashion, come into the studio We have to follow after the ways of Yahawashi. We have to change the ways. That's the reason why we should become a new man, and that's what we mean by becoming a new person. You know, oh, this is a different thing like out there. We're giving our praises to our poor Yahawashi, Shine, Washam, Kakarash. The manners and to our elders and apostles of great stone. Shalom to the full. Shalom.